All right. So today I'm going to be doing the first bot tutorial I've done in a while. This is because I've gotten a lot of requests to do this, as this is, if you've seen any of my recent videos, I'm not sure if I've posted them before or after this, but you will hear me talk about this bot. I don't throw these words, you won't often hear me say that something is just absolutely the best, because that's obviously, up for debate. But I'm going to say it. This is the best raffle bot I've ever used. By far, hands down. Sorry, Osiris. Sorry, old hyper raffle bot. This thing is the best. This is Grinch Automation. And basically, they are a new raffle flex bot that is on the scene. They're adding raffle modules as we speak. They have a Kith one up, the Amamier. And then, but the big one is Flex Raffle. Okay, so that's the main reason I'm doing this. If you want to run other sites, maybe still hang on to Osiris. But I would definitely get your hands on this before it becomes a lot harder to get as people enter there, because obviously bots can't have 10,000 members. So here we are. Now, starting off, okay, obviously you've got to get into the Discord, okay, and then from there you download it. Now when you download it, right, there's something that you can get called WinRAR. Just go to WinRAR, right, hop in here. Oh, there we go. WinRAR download. Go in here, download it. All right, that's just going to be a file unzipper, if that's what you call it. I would get that. Makes it really easy. So, first thing you're going to do, download Grinch. Use WinRAR, unzip the entire file. Okay, so this is if you're doing this the first time. So you'd install WinRAR, right? I've already got it on my computer. And then you are going to, from there, you're just going to download it. All right, I would then make a folder. I have a folder on my desktop that's to the left of what I'm recording, and this is what you're going to see. Okay, now I'm going to go over how to update this now. So if you update the bot, right, you don't need to continue to unzip the whole file. Okay, so this is if you've already, let's say you've downloaded this, you use it once, and then there's an update. All right, all you're going to do is I'm going to go over to Grinch Automation now. I'm going to go to downloads. All right, there's been an update since the last time I've run it, so this is good. And I will go from there. I just need to turn this off. I'm going to cut out. All right, I'm back. So from there, all right, what you're going to do, right, put in the download link, right, open. And then what you're going to do is you're going to see this. Okay, you don't need to extract all of the files if you're opening the bot. So you just go to Grinch, you'd hit extract, you'd go to Grinch, right? You're going to hit OK, and then you're going to hit yes to all. That's all you've got to do. Now when I go into here, into the folder that will have the updated Grinch bot itself, while not touching the other things that I need to enter. Okay? All right. First thing we're going to go over, you need to do the config file so that the bot has a clue what your key is. All right, so you'll need to input your key there, and then there's some other aspects of the bot that you can fill in. All right, so I'm going to click on this and I'm going to block this out. Up here, if you look, right, you need to make sure that your key is formatted exactly like this. It's going to be between two quotation marks. You enter it, it should look like this. I'll go over the catch-all and everything too. All right, you want auto confirm on, failure stop, logging in true. You really don't have to touch any of this unless you're going to generate accounts. I'll come back to this when we go over generating accounts, okay? But that's what you've got to do as far as getting the bot ready to enter your accounts, okay? So all you need to do is put your license key in here. And that's pretty much it. All right, I'll go over some of these settings later in the video when I go over how to generate accounts with their SMS bypass. All right, so from there, you should be able to open the Grinch bot. And if you have the config file set up, it's going to do this, and there will be nothing down there. If your config file is not entered correctly, there's going to be, here, let me do this again. There's going to be text right here in white that says, like, make sure that the something file exe is in the right folder. All right. If you get that, you didn't do it right. If you get this, you did it correctly. Yay. All right. You launched the bot. All right. Now, we're going to go over entering first. How you go about this, right? You're going to need, so brought this up, all right? You're going to need this file, all right? So you can get this from the Discord, download it, and then throw it into this folder, all right? Grinch entry. Now, you're going to need to put all of the emails for your accounts, right? All in the email file. I'm obviously not showing this for relatively obvious reasons. So whatever your account is, right, put in the email, put in the password. Load up as many as you got, all right? For size, right, you can come here, and I'm not 100% sure right now whether they have random available. What I've been doing, right, is, again, entering the sizes as they come up within Grinch. So what do I mean by that? If you go in Grinch, they have monitors for Raffles. They enter the sizes, not 70, or not Shaq times 20, like so. You need to enter them like this. You can't just put 10, right? You need to put 10.0, right? 8.0. I typically just do, like, if I'm running from like size 10 to 13, I'll do, 10, 10.5, 11.0, right? 11.5, 12.0, right? And let's say that I'm running just these sizes, right? And then what I would do is I would just start copy and pasting down the file, okay? Copy and paste, copy and paste. And I would do that for the whole file. Boosts, right? You can put 1, 0, 2, 3, whatever you want the account to use to enter the raffle, right? So if you've got them on there, put in 3. If you put in 3 and they don't have anything, from my experience, it just doesn't enter them. So it's not a critical error that messes up the entire thing. All right. Now, store ID number 1, 2, and 3. In Grinch Discord, there's going to be a channel that's called, again, monitors and Footlocker. You're going to go in there and you're going to get the SKU from that monitor. Do not put in the SKU that you see in your cook group, all right? Don't do that. That's not going to work. You need to get the SKU from the monitors in Grinch, all right? So do not use the normal SKU. The SKU you're going to be using is like 12, 13, 10 or so or more digits long, okay? Okay. What you're going to do then, I can't show it on here because I don't have the Discord on this server. What you're going to do then is you're going to go to bot commands within the Grinch server. So you go to bot commands, and then from there, you're going to type question mark. So here, I'll just put it on here. This is what you would type in the Grinch Discord, right? Don't type this in store ID. But what you would do is you'd type question mark stores. And then I'm going to get a SKU for you. I'll get the SKU from the Travis Scotts. Okay, whatever. All right, so stores, right? You're going to put the SKU. Let me just lengthen this so y'all can see. You're going to put the SKU, right? So you do that. And then from there, you're going to add your zip code. So let's say my zip code is 90210. Okay, and then then you're going to type out the store you want. Okay, again, I'm stressing to you, don't type this in here. That's not where you're doing it. I just don't have my Discord up on this channel, but this is what you would type in to bot commands within the Grinch store. or within the Grinch Discord to get these IDs, right? So what you would do is you would do this, you'd hit enter, okay? Now within Grinch, it's going to show you every site or every store within your vicinity that has the shoes, right? You've got to remember that on Flex Raffles, not every single store is getting them. You don't want to be entering in stores that just flat out don't have the shoe. So I can't do this for you because I don't know where you live, and this is going to be different for everybody. But Grinch is going to spit back out in that bot commands Discord. It's going to spit back out a list of all the stores in your area that you can enter in. From there, you're going to take the store ID and you're going to put it into these different categories. So I'm just going to look for a couple randoms. So I do not know where. Okay, this is in New York. All right, so somebody did this for New York and they've got, I'll take 3 store IDs. So I'd put a store ID there. I'll take another New York store and put it here. And then I'll put another store ID here. So what this does, right? Let's say I got 3 in here. This is going to enter this account in a size 10 with 3 boosts to these 3 stores. Okay? You can obviously run the same 3 stores. You could only run 1 if you wanted. You can just put what I do is I get a whole list. I copy and paste the list, and then I just keep repeating down the line. And then I make sure I stagger the list here and just make sure that all of them have 3 different, okay? So you would do that for your area. Again, I can't tell you what the store IDs are. You've got to type that command that I put up a minute or so ago into the Grinch bot, and the bot is going to spit back out the stores, okay? So let's say that you fill this whole thing out, right? I'm not going to save this, but I'm just going to close it. Okay. Now, you see above here, right? This is kind of my blank entry form just so that I always have the correct form, all right? I saved a bunch of these. So, here is my form from this, right? And as you can see, I've got a lot, right? A lot of accounts on here. Okay. Now, notice, so this is just what it should look like, all right? Notice that I have different entry forms, right? Different entry forms for Foot Locker, for Foot Locker Grade School, for Foot Locker or Kids Foot Locker, for Champs Men's, for Champs Grade School, all right? You need to have, again, you're going to be entering for different stores in Champs than you are for Foot Locker, than you are for Kids Foot Locker. So you need to go through again on the bot command, and you need to search all of those stores. All right. If you just want to do Foot Locker, just search Foot Locker. If you want to do all 3 of them, do that. But again, remember that the SKU, the long SKU, is going to be different from here to here. Repeating, you find the SKU in the Foot Locker or Kids Foot Locker or Champs monitors. You find the shoe you're trying to enter, and it's going to show you a SKU. Okay. Now, for entering the raffle, you're good on your setup. You need to put in proxies here. Any residential proxies have worked for me. It's not some big lift that you need ISPs for or anything. Just use the most basic residentials you have. Put them in there. Just paste a massive list. Do like a couple thousand or whatever. But it doesn't need to be 1-to-1. You don't need to match it for that. So once you have set up your config file, once you've filled out the entry and you've saved it as you'd like, because again, I try to not overload one copy. Once you've got that and then you've got your proxies, you're ready to enter your accounts. So I would come over here. Let's say that I want to enter Foot Locker. I'm going to grab a random SKU. All right, this is for the... All right, this is for the 9s that released today, I believe. So what I would do here, right? I'm going to type 1 because I want to enter Foot Locker. I'm trying to enter the raffle, so I'm going to type 9. And then it's going to pop up. Notice how this window popped up. All right. It's going to ask me which one of these files I want to enter. Now, here's where you need the SKU, right? Notice how long this SKU is. It's not like DK12345. It's the SKU you get, I repeat again, from the monitors in the Grinch Discord. You'll hit enter. All right, now, I'm not going to go over yet how to fully set up ship to me because I don't talk on things I haven't done. If you need help with that, the bot still works the same way. You're just going to need to do some extra steps to get all your profiles loaded, your cards, your addresses, all that good stuff. So you can type in store, ship to me, both. All right. So again, this is what you would type. All right. I'd type in store, enter. I'm going to cut this. Okay. Now, when that finished up, you would have seen it run like that. And at the end, it would give you a, I'm really sorry that that's beeping in the background, but we've gone too far at this point to start this over. It's going to spit back out to you a file, okay? Where you would go to find the file is here. You would go to Foot Locker, since that's what we entered. You would go to Raffle entry, and it's going to give you a list, right? I saved the successful ones here. All right. It's going to spit you back out 3 of them, right? It's going to spit you back out invalid email, successful, and temporary. What is it? Temporarily clipped. Okay. Obviously you want success, right? But it's going to give you this, right? You're going to click on it and it would have all of them listed here, right? If we need to find one, where's one? See, okay, so this is going to be a file that you're going to need. Don't delete it. You might notice that I just have successfuls here because that's all you're going to enter. You're not going to enter the ones that have an invalid email or temporary clipped. That's relatively obvious. You're only going to need the successful ones. These can give you information so that you don't keep running the same accounts over and over again. But you want the successful file. Notice how I didn't get anything for today because I entered a raffle that was already over. That's why nothing's in here from this date on December 13th. Okay. You repeat that step with Grinch, just with the other sites, and you keep going, right? If I wanted to do grade school too, I'd have to do the same thing over and again. I'd hit 1. Right, I'd hit 1, I'd hit 9, and then I would pick a different file, right? I'd pick grade school for Foot Locker if I was entering that, right? Or Foot Locker grade school right here. I would do the same process, all right? Notice this isn't going to let me out of here, so I'm just going to quit. Okay. Next up, all right? It is time. It is the day of, and you are trying to check your raffles, okay? It's 5 p.m. Eastern, and they just released winners. Make sure you have confirmed proxies in there because this bot is awesome and it automatically confirms your wins. Something Osiris and Noble never did for me and drove me insane. Okay, so what you would do, you'd come to Grinch, you'd open this bad boy up. All right, it's going to do its thing. And bam. Okay, so let's say I'm going to check Foot Locker's men's. I'd type in 1. I would type in 10 for raffle checking. And it's going to bring this up. Now, what do you enter when it brings this up to check your accounts? Do you enter this same thing? No. You go to the results folder, like I said, to keep that success. And you'd go to raffle entry because you're trying to check the accounts that you entered. And right here, right, you would click successful or whichever file you wanted to enter. Make sure you're clicking the right file. You would click the file. All right. Again, you're going to need the SKU. I would recommend checking not checking PROXIES. So just when I do this, right, it's just you put in the SKU, you hit N for front load reload, and then you would hit N and it's just going to start running. I'm not going to do that, right, because I'm not running for anything. But as that happens, it has information across the top here. Okay, it should say checking, and you're going to see things pile up here. All right, let it run till the end, and it's going to just give you the stats up here. Okay, now if you do win, right, this is going to generate a file after checking. You would then go back. Let's say this whole thing runs, and let's say it says you awarded 10 and confirmed 10. You would come to results. You would go to Foot Locker, and you're not going to raffle entry because you're not trying to do that. You're trying to do raffle checking. You would go here, right, and you would have a list. It's going to tell you when you go into this which accounts hit, what size, what store. Okay? You'll have to look at that, and you'll have to take that, and then that's how you'll know which accounts you've already hit on and won pairs on. It automatically confirms them. You don't have to do anything else with those accounts. Okay? Let's say that you had 10 get waitlisted. Okay? What do you do about that? So, obviously, they release wins in waves. So, let's say that you check at 5 p.m. and you win 10 and you get waitlisted on 10. You don't have to check the wins anymore. They've already been confirmed. You don't have to do that. The next time you rerun this an hour later when they release a second wave of wins, you would just do this. So I'm going to, and I apologize, guys, for the beeping, but like I said, I've been talking for 23 minutes. I can't start this over at this point. You would open Grinch. All right. Now we're going to do essentially the same thing on the hour to keep checking. So what would that entail? We're still checking raffle entries. So we're going to go 1 for Foot Locker, 10 for checking. And you're going to pick a different file this time. This time you're going to go to results. You're going to go to Foot Locker. You're going to go to raffle checking. And you're going to input the waitlist accounts. That's all you need to check. You don't need to check everything again. You would input the waitlist accounts. You would re-input the SKU. You would say no, no. I would hit enter, and it's going to run through and check. It will spit back out another file in raffle checking. See if you get any wins. See if you still have waitlist, and you can keep checking those on the hour to see if any of the waitlist push through. Okay. That's really all for this portion of the video. I'm going to now briefly describe and go over how to generate accounts. So I'm going to cut this here and I'll come back in a second and I'm going to go over just briefly explain how you go about doing that. Moving on to the big kicker for this bot, all right, is the account gen with a SMS bypass. So if you're not sure what that means, essentially you can just generate pretty much as many accounts as you want, okay? Which is obviously pretty remarkable. So, with that being said, what we're going to do, all right, the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need an account gen file, right? You can find that within Grinch. It's the best I can do for you on that, all right? You need to make sure before you do this, before you do the account gen actually, that your config file, right, has the correct info. You need the top of your config file to look like this, right? Right here. All right, this needs to be set to this. Your key still needs to be here like it is typically, but this is what you need to enter into your config file, right, to get it to work. Now, once you get the config file set with the information that was just up here, you're going to open up account gen. Pretty simple. You can, again, make random emails with your catch-all, which again, you would put right here. So if it's, you know, whatever it is, just put Jimmy, if it was jimmyjazz.xyz, just put jimmyjazz.xyz. What that's going to do is it's going to generate a random email to your catch-all, right? So you can put in random here. If you wanted to use real emails, go for it, but I would just use catch-alls. Whatever the password is that you want for all of them, I would just make them the same, right? And I'd just put 123, 123, right? Make them all the same. It makes it easier on you. If you're doing in-store, obviously put your first and last name or the people picking up's first and last name so that you can pick the pairs up. From here, fill this out. You can have as many as you want on here, all right, and it's going to generate them. Or not, it's not going to generate them. That's what you need to generate. So you'd put that in here, random, put all your passwords. I'll just do it, right, and right, I'd go here. Okay. Oh. All right, great. Okay, I'm not going to save this. Now, after you saved yours, you're going to come over to Grinch. All right. I'm going to restart it real quick. Nope. All right. Now, we've got again for account gen, use Footlocker, and you're gonna hit number 2, account generator SMS bypass. Okay, you're gonna click the file you had, right? You can name the file, right? Whatever you want. Okay, and it's gonna run. As you can see, those weren't real, so it didn't generate any accounts. All right, but you would get a file in results, Footlocker, account generator, right? We've got all my generated accounts there. Okay, great. Then, right, you would open up the file. I'm going to open up one that didn't hit, right? You can see some of these have a lot more in them. Some of them didn't work. I'm going to do the one for what right now? Yep. So I wouldn't have generated any because, right, I didn't put in real information. But you would have a file here that had all your new emails, all your new passwords. And notice this is the same file as where is it? Grinch entry, right? So it's basically giving you a Grinch entry folder or file with all your new accounts. Now, from there, a big issue I know a lot of people had, and I didn't realize at first, is great. Your accounts have been generated, but you need to verify them. So I'm going to explain this generally so that you know how to do it, or you know the gist of what you're doing, okay? You need to, from there, all you're going to do is, in Grinch, they have information on how to go about verifying your accounts, okay? You need to go to your, where was it? Email reading. Hold up one second. Yeah, here we go. Okay. You want to use Google Takeout, okay? So what that is, I'm going to copy the link address, right? And you can find this in the Discord, in the guide. Go to Google Takeout. Okay. When you're here, you're going to come down to here and you're going to say deselect all. You don't want anything. Oop. My bad. You don't want any of these boxes checked off. The only box you want after you select deselect all is going to be, where is it? Inbox. Where'd it go? The heck? Hold up one second. Or no, my bad. Not that. It's mail. So you come, yeah, my bad, not inbox. So you go to mail, right? So what this is doing, this threw me for a loop, right? You need to be logged in to the account that your catch-all sends all of the emails to, Okay? So whatever email you have that all of your catch-all emails go to, you need to be logged into it to Google up here. And then you need to select mail. Again, get all of the other boxes checked off. Okay? All the other boxes checked off. Okay? Then you're going to click on only mail. What this is doing is it's going to download your entire inbox. Okay? So it's going to download every email that's in your entire inbox. This is going to take a couple hours, right? This is not something that it's going to be able to do right away, okay? So once you've clicked this off, right, so you've gotten this only, right, you're going to go to all mail data included, okay? After that, you're going to go, or my bad, hold on, there's a couple other steps. So you go here, and again, check this off, right? Get here, deselect everything again. This is where it's inbox really. All you want is your inbox, right? You don't want to download every single thing from your email because we don't care about your email. We care about those specific verified emails to verify your accounts. So you'd click on OK. And then from there, right, you're going to go down to next step. You're going to click that. Okay, and then you're going to send download link via email. All right, export once. What do we want to bump this up to? I think 50 gigabytes. And that's it. Okay, you're going to hit create export. In several hours, you're going to get an email that's going to have all your inbox in it. All right, it's going to be a file that's inbox.mbox. All right. Once you get that file, you can verify your accounts. So what I would do is I would go to Foot Locker. I would go to Account Verifier. And then I would come down here and I would click on my inbox. That is all you have to do. After that, as you probably notice a common theme right now, this would spit back out a file. You'd go to Results. You'd go here, you'd go to Account Verifier, and there they are. All right, the accounts that verified and are good to go are going to be in this file. Voila, you have new Flex accounts. All right, that was a lot. I know that this can be difficult at first, but I promise you, once you get the gist of the bot and have done this once or twice, it is really easy to use. If you have any questions, I am happy to answer them. You can comment on this just with any questions, and I'll do my best. The staff in Grinch is extremely helpful. I just felt that this was, a good video to do. I don't know that there are any other videos up yet because it just, again, it's simple, but you just kind of got to get the gist of the bot and what's going on. I hope this was helpful. I hope you are all able to get this because it is a miracle worker, and that's really all I've got for you. So, like I said, let me know if you got any questions, and just check back. I'll be doing some more live cops, tutorials, and just general videos coming up. So, like I said, hopefully this was helpful, and until next time, see ya.